Okay, got a Dreamcast here. Let's play a game. Fires up. Nothing's happening on the controller. And we are getting video. That means the controller port has a popped fuse resistor. So let's get inside this bad boy and fix that. Okay, so pretty much what we need to do is get this taken apart. Now, I'm not going to make you watch me take off every screw. But the first thing that needs to come off is this bad boy right here, okay? Because there's a screw right there. Then we got one here. Ooh, we got one here. And we got one here. So let me pause the video, do that, and we'll take her top off. Okay, so I've removed the screws. Just gently take the top off here. Set it aside somewhere safe. And I believe you can just pull this out. I may be wrong about that. Nope, I have to undo the screws for that too. Okay, so basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to get into this area here. And there's something over here that we need to replace. So let me start by taking it out so we can get a good view of what it is that we'll be dealing with. Okay. Now you want to gently, and I stress, gently cradle it out. Now there's going to be this dealie here that you're going to want to pop out very carefully. I suggest you get a pair of something like this. And just wiggle her out. Bam! Okay. I think one screw is still a little bit snug. There we go. I'm going to grab it right by the battery. Pull it out. Okay. Try not to lose those screws. Now I'm just going to pop this flex circuit out. There we go. And now we have our piece to work with. So I'm going to set the rest of the unit aside. And we're going to look at this real quick. Dump these screws. Put those somewhere safe. Okay. Well, it looks like somebody already tried to play with this. Right here. Bam. There's a link right there. I don't know if you can see it well. Let me see if I can. There we go. It's broke. We're going to be replacing this. We are more than likely going to be replacing this. And we definitely got to get something in there. So, what do we need for that? Well, you can get one of these on eBay. It's just a standard kit. It comes with a 47 UF 10 volt cap. That's that thing there. Here's your fusible resistor. That's what's missing. And here we have another resistor. It's just a simple 13 ohm. Okay? And I believe the 13 ohm is already in there. It looks like we might only have to work on this right here. So let me get to soldering these parts out, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I've pretty much got this cleared out. I don't have a solder sucker or any soldering wick. I should. So it's probably going to be a little troublesome to get the resistor through here, but I'm sure with a little bit of finesse I can get it through. So let me go ahead and just whoop right through there, and we'll be right back. Alright, so far we have one leg in. Okay, I don't know how well you can see that. You know what, let me lower the camera here real quick. Bring it down to my level. Okay. Now mind you, if you see my belly pop in and out, I ain't wearing a shirt, so that's also probably not the smartest thing to do while soldering. But again, I don't know how well you can see it, but we got one leg of it here, so all I'm going to do is flow a little solder into the joint just to secure it. And we are good. Bam. Maybe we're not as good as I thought we were. Let me do that real quick. Where's my roll of solder? Now this type of stuff, soldering and all that, I'm not really going to teach you how to do it. I'll give you a tutorial on how to actually solder. And for some reason, there we go. My gun was acting weird. It just didn't want to give heat. So there, we'll let that one sit for a second. We don't want it to go cold. Perfect. There we go. Job's half done. Let me get the other half in, and we'll put this fucker back together. And bam! There it is. Let's cut off the leg. Now you're going to want it sticking up a little bit like this. Okay? Make sure it's not touching the battery. One of these days I'm going to replace this battery here. Make sure it's free from anything else. Make sure you didn't join it together. Now my soldering job is a little sloppy, but it's good to go. Let's get this fucker back together, shall we? So, let's do this. I'm not going to replace the other stuff. Logic would dictate I probably should have, but I'm not going to because I'm stupid and I like to give myself extra work. So let's just get this thing back home. Again, just be as gentle as you can, zipping her in. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Alright, we got our ribbon cable. Now these can be tricky too sometimes, so make sure you get them in equally. There we go. And I'll worry about this guy here. Let me get my angled needle nose. Pop it in. And now we just screw her back together. Do-do-do. 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 I can't tell you how long I've had this stupid Dreamcast. And this is all it needed, was that one thing, I hope. When I fire this thing up, you're going to see if I fail or not, because I don't care. Since I'm making a video, I'm still going to edit it. Oh, see, there goes my fat fingers losing screws. Now, I'm also, you know, it's obvious I'm not working in the best of conditions. You should have a rubber mat down and be grounded to something. All that good jazz. There it is. But I'm fairly confident that what I did was safe enough for it. Another thing I did that I didn't tell you about, really, is before I opened it up, or, you know, opened it up and everything, I turned it on once and watched the light will actually turn on for a second and then buzz out because there's still power in these caps over here. So, yeah, you definitely don't want to touch something and either fry the damn thing or fry yourself. Yeah, that would suck. Like that does. Give me a second here and I'm going to throw this thing together. Alright, so all the screws are back in here. Let's just give her one more look. Make sure there's nothing in the way. The resistor fuse is in there. Basically what happens is this acts as a resistor, meaning it's slowing down the flow of electricity, and a fuse. So if too much goes through it, it pops. So what a lot of people like to do is take the metal of it and just twist it together. And they make a jumper, and then eventually that fails, which probably means I should have probably replaced this. But we'll find out here in a minute. And if we did, I'll just replace it and show you the end results. You don't have to watch me do that. But how that happens apparently is while you're playing a game, if you pull the cord out real fast by accident, that kind of thing can happen. So let's put our top back on. Be careful to make sure that everything's going on gently. You will watch me do this screwing, but while I am screwing this thing back together, I want to just real quickly tell you that I'm not responsible if you hurt yourself if you try to do this, okay? This is your, disclaimer, basically telling you, know your tools. Know your Pepsi. Read your manuals and all that stuff. Because if you don't know what you're doing, get someone who probably does to either help you or do it for you. I would say learn from them rather than have someone do it for you, but if that's the way you want to go, then that's fine. Safety precautions, always, especially when you're using a soldering gun. Extreme heats are coming out of that bad boy. I've grabbed it the wrong way a few times. I've had something stuck to the tip of it before and gone to remove it with my fingers, and that is never good. So alright, so now that that's out of the way, I am not responsible if you hurt yourself, if you hurt your machine, if you fry your cat, burn your damn house down. I don't want to hear it. You don't know what you're doing, don't do it. I know enough to be dangerous, and that's pretty much it. Do you really need this commentary? No. But I gotta fill the fucking video up with something. I didn't show you anything really. Like I said, I should have had some solder wick or a solder sucker. I don't know where my solder sucker went, so I literally just used the nips here and the soldering iron to push out the old, legs of the from the old fuse resistor. Okay, let's see. Let's make sure everything's nice and tight. Okay. We can put this bad boy back on. Alright, alright. Alright, alright, alright. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need to do that cap because there was no connection where I ended up putting that fuse resistor. There was nothing connecting. It was just like a broken wire. Like someone had twisted it too far and it snapped off. So, let me get all the little doohickeys here. Plug into it. That's always a bitch. Alright. I'll make sure it's okay. Put that in. Plug her in. Okay, the most important part here is when I put the game in and turn it on. we should hear the controller beep because of the battery. Or at least see something on the VMU. So, if you don't know what VMU is, then you need to get yourself a Dreamcast and start studying. But it's basically this little deal here. Visual memory unit. This is your memory card, basically. So I'm going to lay that up here, plug that in, and pray. Let me turn the TV on. Pray that I don't look like an idiot in front of everybody. And I do. What happened, boys and girls? Yep, looks like I'm replacing everything. I'll be back. Alright, so what I'm about to do should not be done at home. I'm about to do some guerrilla solder work. And of course, some shitty camera work. So, we're going to remove the capacitor. Pretty sure that is the reason. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab onto one leg. I'm going to heat up the opposite end of it, and I'm going to give it a twist. Now again, if I had a solder sucker, I could just hit it with the iron. There we go. There's one. So I'm going to do that. We'll put the other one in, and then we'll give her another try. Alright. Well, everything is kind of put back together. I haven't screwed it down. That's rule number one. Never button things up until you know 100% whether or not you're fixed or not. So what I went ahead and did is I replaced all of it. All three pieces. So, this is the magic moment. Let's make sure this is on. We got a TV. I have a disc in there. And I didn't plug it in. That figures. That just scared the hell out of me. Alright. 3, 2, 1. And we still have nothing. So I don't know if it's the controller. He told me he tried several controllers. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, this Dreamcast is no longer. Unless I find a... Yeah. Unless I find a donor for the controller board, an ugly one. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Well, that goes to show that we can't always succeed. But at least now you know what to look for and what not to look for. And fail or no fail, I still found out something today. So, take from it what you will. Alright, folks. Yeah. Enjoy your little laughter at me. And this is the Atari Creep saying, bye-bye. Oh, I'm going to try another controller later.